we are going to be starting taking you guys through our day. I'm going to take you guys through our entire day today, so not just a single job. I do have another light to do later today. Just popping in right now, doing some regular pool service. This pool, if you look and see, right, you'll notice that it's got a whole bunch of these chunks seemingly sitting on it. And all these chunks are caused by this flocking agent that we put in to settle this pool down, because it was getting so much groundwater in it that it just kept on turning green every single week, or brown. So every time it turned brown, the amount of chemistry that I got to put into it, it was killing me, and it was killing this pool. So we've had to put a flock in it, keeping it super chlorinated so the water stays clear, because the pump can't run while it's being flocked, because you need everything to settle to the bottom. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come in tomorrow or later today if we've got time, depending on the weather and the sun. And we're going to try and vacuum this baby. That dog though, I swear, I've never noticed it. I think it's loud. Back at the lockup to get this friggin' mask that I forgot.
Sure.
You alright?
Yep.
Do you have the mask so I can do this dive?
Yeah, goggles.
Thank God. Later.
See you there then.
Bye.
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 Had to pop into the supply house, pick up a filter for something that we're doing, pick up the light that we're installing. Got the boss with me today. I've had to switch over trucks. Let's go hit this pool light up. Right, so coming up on a filter, it's not always obvious to tell when it needs to get replaced, because this is the old one right here, right? And when you look at it, it actually looks pretty clean, but there's a couple of things that you got to take into account. One, you're going to want to take these fins here, open those up, and you can see it's all dead skin cells where leaves have gone in, all that kind of stuff. If you wear a t-shirt and you go swimming, all these fibers come out of your shirt, all that kind of stuff. It also weighs about twice as much as this thing, because look, this is a brand new filter. I can hold this out with one arm, no problem. It's about 4 times as heavy. Right, so that wasn't a service client of ours. We don't service that pool. They called us up saying that their pool had some really low flow in it. Went out, found out that the reason why is because the filter was so clogged. You should be changing your filter element every 6 to 12 months if you use a cartridge. We also recommend typically having one like stored in the garage or something, just so that you have it on hand just to throw it in, and then when you throw that one in, chuck out the old one, get another replacement for you. The reason you're going to want to replace it so frequently is because you need to keep your flow rate high in your pool. If you clean it every single week, that's great. That's what you should be doing, but there comes a point where the hose just can't get deep enough to clean out whatever you need to get, so we just have to replace the filter.
The rule of thumb is we can keep a pool clear with a good filter and poor chemistry, but we can't keep a pool clear without good filtration.
So we've just got to a pool that we're resurfacing. Figured we'd pop in on the way to doing this light. Whoever owned this before made a grievous mistake. They covered the pool in fiberglass instead of resurfacing it. It's something that people used to do back in the 90s, and honestly, it wrecks everything. It's such a pain to remove. Always resurface a pool with concrete.
It's supposed to originally all look like this, but way thicker. Hit that with a pressure washer, and I'm gonna hit it with my grinder, and it's gonna be gone.
So like I say, when it comes to back in the 90s, people used to put fiberglass on their pools instead of resurfacing with like a Diamond Bright finish, or with like a Portland cement finish. And what that's been doing lately, as time's gone by, this stuff's peeling up, and there's water getting behind it, and it's getting like black algae and stuff growing. So in order to remove this, to resurface over it, because you can't just put a surface over it, because that'll just peel up with the fiberglass, you have to rip the fiberglass out, and you're gonna have to power wash it off, and the work is filthy. It takes a long time. If you've ever touched insulation in your house, the old fiberglass insulation, and you've gotten that in your hands, you know how much it burns and stings. Same thing with when you're trying to rip all this fiberglass off of a pool. It's gonna burn, it's gonna sting, you gotta wear gloves, it's a whole thing. You can't inhale any of this. It's terrible for you.
Can you believe that most of that fiberglass is actually gone?
Yeah, this one must have...
broken down, and so people have been swimming in fiberglass water. They must have been burning when they were swimming in that pool.
I've only swam, need to put my seatbelt on. I've only swam in water that had exposed fiberglass, well, that was leaching fiberglass one time. I remember trying to open my eyes because we were trying to change a light and it just burned.
It's not good. We used to service a pool on the lake that was fiberglassed, and it was so bad you couldn't put your hand in the water. We had to do everything without putting our hands in physically in the pool water.
Right.
So when you pulled the filter, don't touch the filter when it was soaking wet. Just be careful getting it out, clean it. But it was like anything in the pool, don't put your hands in there to get it out.
And that's before everyone got smart here and started wearing gloves for stuff.
Yeah, but the guy had his family in there swimming, and he said, yeah, it irritates a bit, but you know, unless it's a fiberglass pool with a proper manufacturer's gel coat on it, it's not the way to go.
I have opinions on fiberglass pools. I'm not a fan, but that's for another time.
Because of the big thunderstorm at 5.
Hi, welcome to the segment about dumb donut toppings. All right, we're just talking about there's a place East Orlando called Voodoo Donuts that does like crazy toppings and stuff, and we got talking because there's another donut shop down here in Kissimmee, St. Cloud, that also does the same kind of thing. And we were just talking about how people try and equate maple bacon donuts to sweet and sour chicken. Maple bacon donuts is gross. Sweet and sour chicken's delicious.
Yeah.
Alright? Maple bacon makes no sense to me. Why do I want maple syrup on my freaking bacon? Bacon is bacon. It's delicious by itself. Don't add anything else to it. No, that's a lie. Add HP sauce to it. Spend the $27,000 that Publix want on it and enjoy it, alright? It will change your life for bacon. Put it on a sandwich and just come back and thank me later.
I'm not kidding.
If your state doesn't have Wawa, I feel really bad for you.
Custom sandwiches are just unbelievable.
We had them for a few years here before we went in one.
I don't know. I was always told they were really expensive, but compared to Subway, I'm sorry, this stuff's fresh. Subway stuff's like, I've seen them bring it out of the freezer and it's still frozen.
Yeah, Subway say eat fresh. Yeah, they're telling you what to do. Don't come here. Top recommendation is the buffalo chicken tender sub with pepper jack cheese. Mum likes the vegetarian shorty 4-inch. I've seen rabbits eat more food. Last piece of work of the day today. It's about 6 o'clock. Got to put in a flow switch on a salt system. We just put in this new salt system. It was originally a salt pool, then we converted it out of salt because the thing leaked, and then we got the leaks fixed, and then now he wants to go back to it's been a whole thing that's been going on for about 10 years. But we just got to put this flow switch back in. And then, as always, when we do anything regarding salt, we've got to do an independent salt test, because you can never trust what that system tells you. Always use a salt test strip. How are we looking? 3,500, spot on.
Could be any better, could it?
And for what is the last time today, finally leaving the lock up again.